Alright, so I want to do this video real quick, mainly to document this. I took the car to Firestone, well, it's yesterday now, and got the oil change to get rid of the synthetic that I had put in it and go back with traditional oil. And now that I got a fresh oil change, I took it on the highway. We've driven the thing about 116 miles, trying to burn out some of that old gas, etc., etc. You know, got the car up to 80 miles an hour. We're having a good time. It's running great. It's driving great. We're just having a wonderful time. And then when I stop at my first stop of the trip, I smell oil. And by this time, I'm about 40 miles away from home. And I get out of the car. And keep in mind, this car has been sitting in my driveway for 2 days. And it hasn't leaked a drop of oil anywhere. But down here, that's oil. I don't know how well you can see that, if you can see it at all, but we've got oil all over the place down here. I've got oil splattered. You can probably see it right here. It's like oil's just been splattering around under the hood. And I'm like, where would this be coming from? We just steam cleaned the engine this morning, or not steam cleaned, we pressure washed the engine this morning. There was no oil on this motor. Well, here's something that caught my attention. Firestone said they changed the oil. Why does it have the Fram oil filter that I put on it yesterday? Interesting. It still has the Fram oil filter that I put on from Walmart that you guys watched me install from a previous video. And I want to show you that this dipstick is dry. We've wiped it off. It's completely dry. I know it's difficult to focus, but it's dry. I'm going to wipe it off again, just for good measure. The engine is nice and hot. Like, we just got off the highway and I see smoke from oil leaking. Take a look at this, if we can focus in on this here. We have oil far above where we should. It's all the way running up this shaft to where these scrapes are. Like, that is not okay. That is severely overfilled. This top line right here is the full mark. And we've got oil running all the way up to where this where these scratches are, right up here. Right up here. Oil, oh, look, I can show you. I can rub my finger on it way up here. And look, oil. This thing is severely overfilled with oil. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. So to say that I'm very unhappy is an understatement right now. I am really upset. I have been using Firestone for years. I trust them with my car. I've even got a Firestone card, you know, right here. I've got my Firestone card. To trust somebody with your car and have them lie on the paperwork, it makes it to where I don't know if I can trust going back, and I hate that, because the people I've dealt with at Firestone, I really like, and I don't believe it's the people at the front desk, you know, that knowingly did this, but obviously whoever was in charge of changing the oil intentionally left my oil filter on there and did not change it, did not report that to me. Whoever overfilled it, you know, this is just gross negligence. I mean, that's just what it is. You know, it's one thing if, oh, gee, man, I had the filter, I forgot to put it on, but you didn't change the filter. Not only did you not change the filter, you also severely overfilled my crankcase. Now I've got oil all over the engine. Where did that oil come from? Did it blow a seal? Have I blown something? That's the next concern, is did it cause any damage to my car, to my motor? I have oil stains on the driveway, and that was an immediate concern for me because, like I said, the car's been sitting here for days. No oil leaks, no drops under the car. Suddenly, after Firestone, now there is, and there's oil all over the engine. And I just pressure washed it this morning. Degreased, pressure washed the whole thing, as you saw on the video. pressure washed it this morning, suddenly come back from Firestone, now there's oil all over it. I'm really upset. I guess the first thing I'm going to do is go to Firestone and confront them and see what we can do about this, what they're going to do about it. And it has an appointment with a Mazda dealership next Friday, so a week from today. So while it's in there, I'm going to have them do a thorough look over on it and see if they believe any damage was caused to the car, to the engine from Firestone, and then we will figure things out from there. Well, here is something very interesting. Hopefully we can get this cleared up here. As you can see, it shows right here 3.7 quarts. Obviously, there's a lot more than 3.7 quarts in there because that thing is so far above the first line, it's ridiculous. It looks like it's well over a quart above. You can see right here, it says that I got charged for a PZ37 oil filter, which was $4.99. I got charged for 10W40 Quaker State Advanced Durability. Does that say synthetic oil? I certainly hope that does not say, I hope that SN does not stand for synthetic. I specifically said I did not want synthetic. They charged me to recycle the oil filter, used oil filter recycling charge, $2.99. So they charged me to recycle the filter when they left it on my car, because whatever a PZ37 oil filter is, that's not what's on my car. This does not look good. This does not look good at all. They charged me for an oil change, and it looks like they severely overfilled my crankcase, as well as did not replace my oil filter. All right, and the finale of the Firestone issue. Took it back to Firestone. I didn't know how they were going to react. You know, some places are really nice and helpful. Other places try to make it seem like you did something wrong or it's your fault. But I'm happy, very pleased to say that when I took it to Firestone, told them about the oil, which you can see we've had to put stuff down here, oil all over the ground, and the fact that that filter was not changed and that the oil was severely overfilled. They apologized. They got it right into the shop. They changed the oil again, and this time I just checked the oil. It is at the proper level now. You can see that the oil filter has now been replaced. And, I mean, they came to me. They didn't try to deny it. The guy came out and he said, look, he said, yeah, they didn't change the filter. And, you know, we're certain that he did change the oil, but it was overfilled, obviously. They apologized. They gave me a free oil change, not just this oil change, but next oil change is on the house. And they did the best they could to clean up the engine. There's still oil all over it, so I'm going to end up having to degrease it again, and then we're going to clean it. I'm going to let it cool down first because we've been driving it all day. So I'm very pleased with the outcome of Firestone. So, you know, that's the end of that. Hopefully there's no blown seals. Hopefully we don't have any oil leaking out of places that it's not supposed to be leaking. Well, it's not supposed to be leaking anyway. You know what I mean. Hopefully we don't have any issues resulting from them overfilling the oil. But as of now, everything's good. The car seems to run fine. I don't see any oil pouring out. We got the rims clean. Car's looking good. We got all these parts. This is something I'll show you real quick, even though I probably showed you at the parts yard. But I wasn't going to get the air intake, but I bought it anyway. I got all these parts for $44. So I'm thrilled. We got the factory intake. We got the cover for the driver's door speaker. We got the air vents. We got an air pump that may or may not be good. We got all of those solenoids. We got a piece of a wiring harness for the stereo. We got the blend door actuator. All of that for $40. Can't beat it. So I'm going to let the car cool off. I'm going to take a break. And, you know, maybe we'll do another video tomorrow or something, and we'll get some work done. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. If you enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up. If you thought the content sucks, give it a thumbs down. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe out there. I'll catch you guys soon in the next one.